This is Grace, and I have been waiting all day to be able to come outside and have some shade. I can make a video. I didn't get to this morning, and when there was still some shade. I wanted to show the date today, August 25th, 2020, because I'm hoping I can get this video up tonight or tomorrow with the Wi-Fi issues. I'm just sum it up that way. Wi-Fi issues we're having. I have to wait until later in the day after Adam stops working and all, and so it won't bump him off. And because it's about that Hurricane Laura, and it's headed right toward where people I know live. You know, it's right now they're saying between Houston and Lake Charles, or maybe, I don't think they're still saying New Orleans. And I don't think they are, New Orleans. And I think it's just Houston to Lake Charles, and that narrows it down. But there's, yeah, you can watch it on yourself on there. Well, it'll be later, but anyway, I know people living there, and they got hit by so many hurricanes. They're saying it's going to be as bad as Hurricane Rita was, and that was 2005, and I was teaching at a university at the time, and Hurricane Katrina and Rita and all that, and yeah, I had property there that Rita caused one of the houses to both implode and explode. Yeah, and a big, huge, old tree was uprooted. The root was actually exposed. You know, there was turned sideways in the backyard of that house too. Nobody was living in it at the time. So anyway, I want to show the date, and then I'm going to do it a different way so I can remember how to do this. Sorry about the air conditioner, but it's 96 degrees, and you saw the date and time, and it's Texas, but it's probably going to get up. The other day it was 100, but we had a whole week or so of 100. But anyway, I want to talk about that because it involves, you know, I've been talking about Annie and Mary, the nicknames I gave them, and for these, you know, I never give them real names on these videos, so and I'm probably going to put it before other ones I've made. I don't know if it's one or two other ones. I really don't know. I've been having so much trouble with technology. I mean, internet, Wi-Fi, all that. It just, really haven't spent much time. And then I thought all my all my YouTube channels, I have more than one. There's 6 years here. I thought they were compromised. Couldn't find it. You know, the information on, you know, I'd read it real early, real late at night, whatever you want to call it, but one night, and thought they were compromised. Yeah. And went through a whole lot and decided just to found out a whole lot more information about different things, about why my channels are, yeah, just issues. So I decided to start a new channel after all. But I went through with it, and I can tell you, you start a new channel, I don't care what the title is, nobody's going to watch it this time. Oh man, seriously, I don't know. I was like, wow. But anyway, so I wanted to, then I found that email, so I knew I fixed it. Let me just shorten it and say I fixed it. The compromise thing. So everything's okay as far as I can tell. I'm not 100% sure. And anyway, so I wanted to give a little update. I did on that channel. I mentioned this what I'm going to talk about in this video. It's advanced, I think, from the last video. So when you hear those other videos, you know it's going to be that this one was out of order, and because of the time, you know, the hurricane. But anyway, Annie and Mary, they really are two women who have done me wrong since childhood. Okay, and I've mentioned it in some of the other videos. I'm not going to go too much into that anymore, but still, I'm, you know, because of this hurricane, I'm worried about them. And I know the type they are. They've done this more than once. They won't want to leave. And there's a mandatory evacuation there. Okay, mandatory. And I think it was the same with Hurricane Harvey, and they did not leave. They had to be rescued. Okay. Now, I should say Annie and Mary do not live in the same household. They don't even live in the same town. Okay, they live within, I would say, I had lived there myself before, but I'm guessing it's probably around 20-minute drive, 30 minutes, somewhere around there, depending on traffic and all that, of course. They live that far away from each other, and they each have their own individual families. Okay, I don't know who lives with either one of them now, except for their boyfriends. Each one of them has a boyfriend, and they live with a boyfriend. It's kind of strange to call them boyfriends at this age. But I think Annie's has an elderly, his elderly mother living there too. I don't know. I really don't know who lives with them anymore. Like I say, I really only see them on Facebook, and I don't talk to them over the phone or anything. I have in the past, but since then. But anyway, Annie was going to, during Hurricane Harvey, she was going to come here. She kept, telling me, I said, y'all can come here. They were on their way. Didn't hear from them. Kept trying to, get in touch. I don't remember back then if I texted them what they didn't call. Finally, I reached them much later, or she called me or texted and said they had decided not to come. Left me hanging all day long, but so they're no longer invited. And plus, with COVID, there's no way. Because, there would be no way anyway. I'm not going to have people in our house, and more people in our house that we could get infected. We've worked so hard, and it feels like work to stay, to do things very, very carefully, not to get it. And I am one to think I already had it, and he thinks he did too. He told me recently more about the symptoms he had. He said he didn't want to worry me, and he does see that my symptoms keep coming back. I call them rolling symptoms. They're not bad. It's not really severe. But he said that while I was having all those problems back in February, he said one time, he was having, I think, shortness of breath. He said one time he got off, the way he felt was he just got off the bed too fast and he fainted. He said he didn't want to tell me back then because I would have worried, and I was already so bad off because of my knee. That's what. That was one of the first things that happened was that like I told him then, my brain's not working right. It wasn't, It took a while. Yeah. But anyway, so let me get back to this. We're not going to have anybody, come stay with us. There are plenty of hotels that they can stay in if they so choose to. And if they so choose to come this far up north, I'm north of Dallas, and I am in a suburb north of Dallas. There are plenty of hotels. Okay, for people who are evacuating. That's a 7-hour drive. We're around a 7-hour drive, so I don't know. They have other people, okay, that can go to and all. But I doubt anybody would let them stay with them because none of them that I know are healthy enough themselves to risk it. And they have been Annie and Mary have been doing things that would cause people to pause and say no. Now, what they've been doing, I don't think I mentioned in those other videos that, are going to be out of order, but I don't think I mentioned, or maybe I did, that they decided a couple weeks or so ago to go on vacation, fly up north in the United States, and go on vacation. Okay, now they wore their mask because you have to in order to get on a plane, to and from there. But the pictures they put up on Facebook of them while they were there, they were not wearing masks. They were all kinds of places, hugging. They went to see a friend of theirs. These are all people my age, and I don't know this woman. Might have met her, I don't know. But she lives up north. Apparently she has money, and they went in a ranch. They own a ranch, and so they went to stay. They do that. Annie does it, I guess, every year, or maybe so every year. And last year, I think she spent like 6 months or so. Anyway, she spent a long time because she was supposed to have some dental work, and the woman was going to pay for it. yeah, but then it turned out to be way too expensive or something, and so. But anyway, they decided to do that in the middle of coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic. They're going to go take, totally against what all the scientists, the experts say, to do. That's what they're going to do, is to go on vacation and hang out with people, hug people, and they show no social distancing, no mask, no face covering at all. Okay, now who would invite them over? I mean, to come stay with them? I'm not. No way. And that's kind of against my way of doing things, but no, I mean, not as far as protecting myself. I protect myself. I protect Adam, my family, and no, But anyway, I don't know what they're going to do, because today is the day they just said today they have to evacuate. It's mandatory. Governor Abbott said it's mandatory. They have to evacuate those areas. And like Beaumont, and I don't know if they're including what part, or are they including Houston right now? But Houston's the fourth or fifth largest city in the United States, USA, yeah. But anyway, where they live, each place, they have to evacuate. Will they? Probably not. And I don't remember if I made videos about this when they had Hurricane Harvey there, but I think I've mentioned videos where they will take, these two women, I'm serious, will take any kind of tragedy, any kind of crisis, or crises, they can be more than one at a time, and they will use that to their advantage. And they will put them position themselves to where that they could be in harm, because they expect. I think that they think nothing is ever going to happen to them. They have that kind of mentality. They're indivisible. Okay, I might as well stop trying. Anyway. Oh man, my goodness. What a day it's been today, seriously. But they think that nothing's going to happen, nothing at all to them. So they know that this is a way they can get attention from people to feel sorry for them, all kinds of things from other people. They put themselves in bad situations, knowing full well. We all grew up there, okay? We all know about hurricanes. But they're not going to leave. And then they cause the people they live with, because they're so manipulative, they cause the people that lives with them, or they live with, the family that they have, to stay too. Okay, that's jeopardizing possibly their lives too, their well-being. And anyway, I seriously hope they decide that they have to leave this time, but this is not the second one. It's not the first one. It's not the second one. I don't know how many they have rode out the storm. They're so brave. No, they're so stupid. Plain and simple, they're just stupid. Okay, but really, it's all about gaining. And it's not just about attention. I was getting there. It's also about money. Money, or... I'll get to that. Okay, so back after Harvey, what these women did. Now, Annie, I cannot remember, but she isn't so much about money. She just likes that attention. And, you know how it goes when somebody, I see them as narcissistic histrionic blend, and Annie's worse, okay, with that. I'm not diagnosing anybody, but she's worse. But she just really likes the attention. Now, Mary is more like Annie's flying monkey in a way, but at the same time, Mary, did I say Mary? Mary has her own things. She gets stuff from people. She plays the oh poor me, and she gets people to give her something. And I think in that video I put on the other channel, I said it wrong. I cannot remember exactly how it went, but I think during Harvey, I know she got during Harvey, Hurricane Harvey, after it, somebody, she begged and pleaded on Facebook so much that somebody actually bought her. This is what she pleaded for, an RV. It was an old used one, but she got one. She'd come up with all kinds of things that she could, I don't even remember, like, because of this, her health or something, she couldn't stay in a hotel. Yeah. And now they got, I just, and I don't think it was then, or it might have been then, and then after that, since then, last year, I think, another actual tragedy. One of those two, or maybe both, she needed a new phone. Somebody bought her a new phone, like a new cell phone. Yeah, and that's what they do. And I don't think that was it, because I kept seeing things. We need this, we need that, we need. And then since then, any time you turn around, well, I need this for a friend. Does anybody have an extra one of these? And I think she actually asked if anybody had an extra phone. Oh man, I shouldn't laugh. That's horrible that people do that. And I can remember many, many years ago when Annie was complaining that Mary was always trying to get money off of her. Okay? But these two are like in cahoots with one another on these. I think they create these problems. Okay? I think they don't create, of course, they don't create hurricanes, but they create their own problems and then just kind of bump off of one another, like Annie, like Mary will say she really needs this and that, and she could be getting it for herself and or for Annie. Yeah, that kind of thing. Or Annie will say that Mary's in a real bad position, situation. So yeah, y'all, if she asks, anybody can help her, please do. This kind of thing. Okay. Anyway. I've gotten distracted because one of my neighbors, the neighbor that always usually steps out of their house and watches me, okay, quite often. They've done that since we moved in here back in 2020, back about 20 years ago. They do that. Well, somebody seems to be getting in their garage. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's somebody who's supposed to be doing it. I've seen that. Or want something like that. So I don't know, that van. So hopefully, I don't know. Yeah, that was a real life happens in the middle of the video. But I'm distracted because I see it in my rearview mirror to my left side, and I can't not see it. I have to see it because the way the mount is for my camera, it keeps moving and. The door's going open and all, so. And then yesterday I was out here trying to make a video, and I've just finished it up, and I was going to make another one that I said I was going to make after that one. And some people drove by, and it was like a big Bubba truck. It was a new one. But they were gunning it, and they had that muffler thing going on. And then it turned out it was somebody for the next door neighbor, and they parked legally. It's not our, we don't own the road, up against the curb, but it was right on ours, next to our property, not theirs. And they had that on and making a bunch of noise, and so well, I come out here because it's too noisy inside. And I don't go down to the. Sometimes I go down to the park, but I get so irritated seeing people. This is Texas. It's mandatory to wear masks and face coverings. But I get irritated when I see people running, huffing and puffing, and passing one another with no face coverings on. Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid being irritated. So wish me luck, living in Narcissismville. But anyway, now to get back to this, I thought I'd add this a little bit. So anyway, with all that, even all that Annie and Mary have done, and it's mainly Annie, but Mary kind of like is her best buddy. They call themselves best buddies and all that. Well, I still worry about them, even though I shouldn't even give a care. It's just not the way I am. And So anyway, I've been watching the Weather Channel. Well, I have always been one to watch the Weather Channel, and I especially get zoned in whenever there's hurricane, in that area in the Gulf, and around Texas. And if it's going to go toward that direction, I have done that many, many years. I don't know even know how long the Weather Channel has been out, but I remember watching it when I would study. I would watch it. That somehow calmed me enough to watch it. I don't know why, the Weather Channel. Yeah, so that's been a long time ago, but practically watch people grow up and all that. But anyway, so I've been watching it, and today especially I started watching because I thought Hurricane Marco was going to go there. But at one point they were saying both of them were going to go there. And then it switched and changed, and Marco kind of fizzled out quite a bit. And I don't even think they're talking about Marco anymore at this time. Okay. But, yeah, like I said, I hope I get this up before tomorrow, because who knows what tomorrow's going to bring. I mean, by then, what I'll know by tomorrow, too. But I want to get on, I've been watching it on the news, off and on today, and on the Weather Channel, not the news, but the Weather Channel. And I want to be able to get on Facebook and, see what Annie and Mary are planning on doing. I really hope one of them doesn't just show up at my doorstep. That kind of thing. Yeah, that would be bad. I'd say immediately, there's a hotel right down the road. It's not down the road. It's this area is zoned, but near the highway. Yeah, you can go there. Because no, not happening. And anyway, I want to get on there, but I can't because of the whole thing with Adam and his, working from home. It will bump him off because I have to, also have to leave mine on all day long, and yeah, so whole big old deal. It's a deal. It's a thing. It is a thing. And lately he's been working. I saw him up last night. I woke up a couple of times. I think one was I had to go to the bathroom. The other one was because of the dog or something like that. And he was in the living room on his computer working in the middle of the night around. I think one was at close to 1 and the other one was close to 2 or something like that. And some days before then, he was working till like 11, starting like 8 o'clock in the day. He works weekends. He doesn't have to. Something is going on. Something's going on at work, and he was training people. Then he has his own work, and there are files, this thing, whatever. Not files, but reports, all that kind of stuff. And he said, just a couple more days, and it's like, I never get to use my, everything is on my cell phone. I would try to make videos on my iPad. I've never done that. Well, I've tried, but it doesn't look good. On my iPad. I don't know if there's something that I need to get to make it look better or what. But anyway, I want to get on Facebook and see what these two women are doing. What, whatever it is. I'm seriously hoping they get the heck out of Dodge. But like I said, I kind of doubt it. I really do. They're going to try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Milk it. They're going to try to milk it. And they will put themselves in danger, their family in danger. They don't care. They can get money and products and things from other people. Sympathy, empathy, help, whatever kind. Or they would stay into the last little moment. And then they need to be rescued on the road. And, we're stuck over here. And can you send us money? Like I said, these women probably aren't going to go together. I missed a whole part of the story. Okay, maybe I need to tell this part too. So they went and stayed on vacation for 2 weeks. They were with that woman that they know, and I'm going to tell it. Okay, and if you're still listening, it sounded like I was wrapping it up, which I was, but I forgot this part. They were with this woman, went and visited her and her husband, and I stayed at the ranch for a couple of weeks, and they went, in the meanwhile, they went all, to traveling all over the place. Well, anyway, Annie, they both were on Facebook during the whole time. Annie got on there and sent a message saying, now she was in the United States, just up north. And she said, y'all tell me, what should I be, should I come home? Or I don't remember how she put it, because am I going to be walking into a disaster or what? Well, she knew about what she just had said. She knew there was a hurricane on the way, at least one. Where did she get that information? Probably the Weather Channel or the news. So why is she asking everybody else when she can just turn on the Weather Channel herself and watch it? Okay, but she was setting it up. You see, she's setting it up. She's got to have everybody focused on her. Oh, she's going to be traveling back from up north on an airplane into Houston, and then they're going to be traveling there from Houston, and they have to drive back from Houston. They don't live in Houston, either one of them. And I don't know how they did it. I know they were flying back together, but I don't know if their individual boyfriends picked each one of them up at the airport or what, and then having to travel back to their place, their own places, individual places. I don't know if they did that or not. But people were telling them, and one woman had written yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday, yeah, because they were traveling back yesterday, Monday, and flying back, and then traveling, by car back to their individual homes. It was going to be real late at night. But one woman I know her, and she said that she lost a friend to COVID that had been in and out of the hospital since May, and you saw the date now, with it, and she died. Now, the woman I knew, we were somewhat friendly, was one of our friends, in high school kind of thing, and I saw that Mary had said something, and the other woman said, if you're not back, stay there, don't come here. Okay, somebody's gonna be mowing. Say don't. Well, that was an airplane actually. Told her y'all stay there, don't come back. Because it's gonna be bad. Okay, like I said, they could get on the Weather Channel and see for themselves, but no, they set up the drama. They set it up. I've seen them do this. Okay, before I've seen it so many times, and but anyway, she said they're going. Mary said, well, we're on our way. We'll be there, in Houston at 9, and really know they have to drive back, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they are really setting up. But it seems so selfish, so self-centered to me when that woman's, very upset about losing her friend. And then Mary is all trying to get attention with what she was saying. It was more than that. It just gets to me. And, I know that, like I said, the woman, and somebody asked her, well, who was it? And she said the woman's, they are mowing. It was both an airplane and mowing. But there was a woman, she mentioned the first name of the woman, and I think I know who she's talking about. We were all in school together. So it was sad, but Mary was trying to make it her moment, trying to get more people in, draw people in, to watch out for her story. And I'm going to be staying tuned whenever I can get on the computer. I've got to do it from my computer, but like I said, all the issues with the Wi-Fi, I have to wait until, I can. But I'll keep you all, update. I don't think very many people watch this channel, so I feel more comfortable talking about it on this channel. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. Talk to you on another video.